Hi, this is Kevin Haynes. Welcome back to our series on ways you can generate passive income from home. Get something started that keeps making money come in even when you're not actively working on it. So not an hourly job you do at home, but opportunities to keep income coming in all the time. That's a way to be able to be financially free because you don't have to worry about going to work. If I don't go to work today, I don't make any money. Passive income keeps coming in. We've already covered quite a few topics in this series. I encourage you to look back over the list of videos, see if any of those topics appeal to you or interesting to you, or if you tried any of those. Watch the video. If you get some value from it, please give it a like. If you want to follow along on this series and learn more as we go through this, then I invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you always know when a new video has been uploaded. If you have any friends or family members that you know are looking for ways to generate passive income, then would you please share the video or the series with them and let them follow along as well. The topic I want to talk to you about today is something I've actually attempted myself, but wasn't very good at it. However, this was about 15, 20 years ago, and the whole dynamic of how business works online has changed, because when I was doing this, there really wasn't a way to advertise it online. But the way I want to talk about today is to subcontract a service business. So what this means is you find something that people need done, but then you hire workers to do it, or you contract with workers to do it. They go out and do it, but you get paid because you send them out. Let me explain. The business that I tried to do about 20 years ago was an interpreting business. Because of my background, I'm very fortunate to be fluent in Spanish and in sign language. And I actually worked as an interpreter. And for a while, I had worked for a couple of agencies. So let's say I would get a phone call from the agency. This hospital needed a sign language interpreter for a deaf patient. So I would accept the assignment if I was available. I would go to the hospital and interpret. I knew that my fee was $25 an hour. I would be paid that for the time that I was there, including a 2-hour minimum. So if I was only there an hour and a half, I still got paid for 2 hours. Now, interpreting has changed a lot in 20 years, and rates are quite a bit higher. Also, because of telemedicine and other things, often an interpreter doesn't even have to be physically present in the room. So often the 2-hour minimum has gone away as well. But I digress. I just want to let you know this isn't standard anymore. So I would get paid $50 for this interpreting assignment. However, the interpreting agency, they billed the hospital for this. They would bill them at a higher rate. They would bill them at $30 an hour, $40 an hour, $50 an hour. They never told me how much. So let's say they did $50 an hour. That means they got $100 from the hospital and they paid me $50. The other $50 they then used to run their business. That was passive income for them. They weren't out interpreting. They weren't having to be there engaged the whole time. They simply made a phone call and they got $100. They had to give me $50 at some point, but that's how that worked. So what you can do is something similar. Now, when I tried to start this business, I actually contracted with a few interpreters in various languages, but I was in a very small town at the time that didn't need a lot of interpreters, only a few, and a lot of those already had contracts with places where they could do the interpreting. So I had a great idea. I would pay the interpreters $25 an hour. I would bill $40 an hour. And the concept itself was solid, but I couldn't really advertise online. It was back before Facebook and all these other things were really big. Most businesses didn't even have a website. And it just simply never got off the ground. I think the concept was solid. It just never really got off the ground. But I tell you that to say that's a way that you can make some money passively. If you want to do something like that, you can. I read about a gentleman who actually was looking for a janitorial job many years ago and was looking at Yelp reviews for different agencies he thought about working with, or different cleaning companies. And most of the Yelp reviews were pretty negative, because not because of the cleaning, but because they didn't know when the crew was going to show up, and they didn't no one would answer the phone at the place. And this gentleman thought, I can answer phones and I can be available. So he actually found people who he could pay to do the cleaning, and he simply answered the phone, found out when they needed someone, what they needed. He would call these people, they would go, much like I did when I was an interpreter. He never had to lift a mop. He never had to clean anything himself. And he's now making $60,000 a month doing this business. So there's huge potential there if you want to investigate something like that. I thought of another service that you could do, or you could actually work with, and that would be lawn care. Lawn care or snow removal during the winter, depending on where you live, would be a great way. Find some people with shovels or with lawnmowers that are willing to do this. You coordinate it, you get paid, and then you pay them. And that way, there's one centralized place instead of every kid in the neighborhood putting up a poster saying that they'll mow your lawn. You have an agency that's reliable where people know that they can get a good service and pay a good rate for it. So let me know what you think of that. Is that something that you would try? Have you done something like this before? I'd love to hear your stories and your feedback. Again, if you got some value from this video, please like. If you want to follow along on this journey, please subscribe, share the video and the series with anyone that you know that's looking. I'm still getting very involved in affiliate marketing, so down below you're going to find a link to my program where I'm actually getting into a way to earn some great residual income, some great passive income through affiliate marketing. I talked about what affiliate marketing was in an earlier video. I encourage you to watch that before you click on the link if you want to know more about it. Again, thanks for watching the video. If you got some value from it, please like it. Please